I'm going to try a test here on GyroFlow versus Reelsteady. And Reelsteady and GyroFlow both a fair shake on processing speed. Dirtfish. So we're going to load up this video, see how long it takes to stabilize, run the numbers, all that. And then look at this interface here. It's just, we've been gagging for a new interface for a long time, guys. Waiting. Okay, so finally got that together. Now this video has a crash that makes a pretty good spot for me to stop the video. So I know that right around here, it's so hard to find in Reelsteady too. That's pretty much right there. So when that tree gets to the right-hand corner of the screen, and I'm just going to, again, as accurately as I can in here, which is not very accurate, and I'm just going to leave it on default settings. Save video. All right, we'll see how long that takes. Maybe I should start a timer. All right. Now let's try in GyroFlow. First of all, just the fact that I can just drag and drop, I think it's pretty huge. Now it just takes a second to analyze. It's really fast on my machine. I do have this, oh, I guess I don't. I'm going to now, 0 copy GPU preview. And see if that works. I think it does. I love you can just scrub video in this. It's really, really cool. That looks great. And then there's my crash. I can see the crash, which is awesome. And I can actually scrub to it. And I can zoom in even. All right, so I'm gonna stop right about there. Right about there. So I'll just put an out point. Actually, let's go. That's interesting. That's kind of cool. Zoomed right to it. And that seems to be a bug right there. Once I've added my in and out points, now it's acting a little weird. But okay, well, let's try this. I think that level of smoothness was good, which is pretty low. And with our timer on screen, name that and start. I mean, this also tells me how long it's going to take, which is 2.5 minutes basically, if it's accurate. So this is with GPU rendering. And you'll see there's a little pop-up here that says GPU encoders typically generate output of lower quality than software encoders. Require a higher bit rate to make output of the same perceptual quality. So that's interesting. I guess let's lay those in side by side, and we'll see if we can tell a difference. And then maybe later we'll also try higher bit rate outputs and see if that makes a difference. H.264 versus H.265. ProRes doesn't let you use your GPU. Yeah, I just love how you have all your settings available. So I'm only using this for GoPro footage instead of Reelsteady, basically. And it's just working seamlessly. It was pretty accurate. It's going about 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Yep. Okay. Now, let's also try one with CPU rendering. And we'll just see how long that takes. All right, there we go. So about 10.5 minutes for that. Let's drop them in and see how they look. First, let's look at the raw, unsteadied GoPro footage. You can see how much it really needed help. Then you can see the Reelsteady version of that starting back at the same spot. It's a lot smoother. But then I'm going to start bringing in the GyroFlow version. And I feel like in this setting, at least, I don't have it quite as smooth as the Reelsteady, but it feels a bit more natural, and it's still very filmic, and it's a lot less zoomed in. If you see the Reelsteady on the left and the GyroFlow on the right, now there's back to unsteadied just to see, and then watch, we'll go back in, and look how good that looks. It's pretty zoomed on the Reelsteady, of course. And then GyroFlow, watch this when it whips around. It still looks good. Even looks pretty good around the edges. It's not so distorted. This was shot with wide lens. I've started using linear lens because it just doesn't distort around the edges the way wide does. But I'm sold. GyroFlow looks amazing. Now I'm going to also run on the left here in a second the CPU rendered GyroFlow with GPU on the right, CPU on the left. And I'm showing that because the devs said that CPU might render better results. I've only got it highlighted there so you can tell that it's there. Now I took the filter off, and that's CPU on the left half of the screen, GPU on the right half of the screen. And I can't tell the difference. It's so seamless. I actually flashed it there just so you could still tell it was there, but I'm going to use GPU because it's 4 times faster at least on my NVIDIA. And way to go, GyroFlow. This looks incredible. If we can get batch processing in here and not crash our FPVs, we're going to be good to go. Fantastic stuff. I love it.